So you've heard that you can use rose quartz to attract love, but did you ever wonder how? Today we are going to talk about 4 ways that you can use rose quartz to attract love. Hi love, I'm Carisa Montooth, 6th generation certified energy healer, love coach, and creator of the Soul Love Method online course, helping women heal their hearts and attract love. And today we are going to talk about how to use rose quartz to attract love. So this is rose quartz. This is what it looks like. This is a raw piece of rose quartz, and you can kind of see that rosy pinkish hue to that. And this is a tumbled piece of rose quartz, or a smooth polished piece of rose quartz. Both are good for different things, and they're good to use in different ways. So we're going to talk about that a little bit in just a little bit as we continue. So one thing that it's good to understand about rose quartz is that it's not just about attracting romantic love. There are 3 big reasons that rose quartz is a stone for love. The first is that rose quartz is very, very good for helping you heal your heart chakra. So if you've been through very difficult things, if you've been disappointed in love a lot, you can have wounds in your energy, and rose quartz is very good for helping you heal those things. Another thing is that rose quartz helps to restore your faith in love. It helps you to believe that true love is actually possible for you. And, believing it's possible is what causes you to take steps toward welcoming it into your life, right? So very, very important for that. And then the last of the 3 reasons is that rose quartz is very helpful for self-love, helping you recommit to taking very, very good care of yourself and nourishing and nurturing your mind, body, and spirit. Rose quartz is excellent for all of those things. So, what do we do first with rose quartz? No matter what we're going to do with it, no matter which of these 4 methods that we're going to use, we need to prepare our rose quartz first, because it passes through a lot of hands on its way to us, and as it's doing that, it's picking up a lot of vibrations on its way to us. Quick tip: if you need help clearing an X out of your energy, you might want to check out my full moon get your X out of your energy ritual, and I also have a video about attracting love using a new moon ritual, so you can check those out. There's going to be little links that come up above for those. All right, so speaking of clearing out yucky stuff and bringing in the good stuff, that's what we're wanting to do with our rose quartz. We want to clear it of the vibration of anyone who has handled it before us, and we want to specifically program it with our intention for what we would like it to help us create in our lives. So there are a couple of different ways that you can clear your crystal to get started. You can use sage, which is very common, and many people do that. Often you will take a bundle of sage, you can light it, and once it's smoking, you pass the crystal through that smoke. That's called smudging. So when you do that, you're helping to cleanse out all of the vibrations from the people who've handled the crystal before you, and that's an important thing to do. That's one method, is to smudge. Another method is that you can use selenite. Selenite, and this is a selenite plate, and you can notice that it has a very unique way of showing and holding the light. Selenite is a very special crystal because selenite never needs to be cleansed or charged, and you can actually use it to cleanse and charge other crystals. I lay all of my jewelry on a selenite plate at night to clear it and help to charge it for the next day. So you just rest it here on a selenite plate, and that is another way that you can cleanse your crystal. You can also put a crystal in the sunlight, and that helps to cleanse it. So you'd want to put it in the sunlight for the whole day and then come back and get it the next day. Or you can use something like this, which I love dearly. This is Rhonda Lee's Spirit Mist. You probably, you'll see a link in my affiliate link in the description below. But this is an amazing cleansing spray. You can use it to clear crystals. You can use it to clear the energy in a room. It's charged with Reiki energy. It is it actually, you can hear the crystals inside of it. It's just, I can't even go. I'll have to do a completely different video to go into all of the virtues of Spirit Mist, because it's really an amazing thing. So it's a smokeless smudge spray, and you can use that to cleanse your crystal and get it ready to use as well. So after you have taken the bad stuff out, you always want to put good stuff in. People get very excited about like using sage to clear their home and stuff like that, and that's great, but you don't just want to take bad stuff out. You always want to put good things in. And you want to choose those good things that you're bringing in with intention, right? Because you're creating. You're a co-creator of your life. So you want to intentionally choose what it is that you're bringing in. So once you have taken all of the yucky vibration out that doesn't need to be in your crystal, you want to program it with a specific intention for how you would like it to help you in your life. One of the ways that you can do that is that you can actually hold it in your hands for 60 seconds, and you can envision the future that you would like for it to help you create. You can see yourself waking up next to your soulmate. You can see yourself doing things with your soulmate, holding hands. You can see yourself on lovely vacations with your soulmate, cuddling, all of the wonderful things that you want to be doing with your soulmate. You can hold your crystal and you can envision that happening. Another thing that you can do is that you can hold your crystal and you can say out loud, I charge this crystal to hold the intention of helping me heal my heart and manifest my divine soulmate. That's a very powerful intention for you to set for your crystal, and your crystal will become programmed with that intention so that it can help you do that. So, let's get into those 4 ways that we can use it. What if you would like to use your rose quartz in a ritual? For example, when I talked about that new moon ritual for attracting love, you may want to create for yourself a love altar, and you may want to use rose quartz in that altar. There are a couple of ways that you can do that. One of the most simple ways is that you can take a white candle on a plate and surround it in rose quartz. You can, and we can get a lot more into ritual in another video, but this is how you can use rose quartz in a ritual so that you can use it to help you attract love. So sometimes for using it in a ritual, you can surround the candle with the polished rose quartz, or you can have a candle on a tray and you can put a big chunk of rose quartz if it will sit up by itself next to your candle, or you can use 2 big chunks of rose quartz if you want to use. A lot of times when you're doing love rituals, you want to use 2 things, one to symbolize you, one to symbolize your soulmate. What if you want to use your rose quartz for some deep chakra healing? Like you can tell that there's something going on with you and love, that you and love are just not on good terms, and you want to do some deep healing to help with that. One of the ways that you can do that is that you can use rose quartz in a spiritual bath, in an energy cleansing bath. And that not only helps to relax your body and make you feel comfortable and all those kinds of things, which are wonderful, but being in the water, especially with the presence of salt, is actually cleansing for your aura. That's why it's good to be at the ocean, and you feel so much better after a day at the beach and things like that, is because you're actually clearing out your energy from being in the salt water and just being close to the salt water. So if you wanted to create a ritual energy healing bath using rose quartz, then one of the things that you would want to include is, you would want to include rose oil. This is Moroccan rose oil. Let's see if you can, I'll put a link to this below. Or this little bottle of rose oil is about 50 bucks. And if that is a little too dear, you can use rose geranium oil, which is much more affordable. And you also want to always use sea salt in a bath. I just went out of focus. Sea salt is good for a bath. And then you can also have rose petals in your bath. I like to kind of dry my own rose petals. I buy lots and lots of roses, and then I just save their petals and use them for my baths. And then, of course, you would want to use your rose quartz. Now, you can have a big chunk of rose quartz in your bath and just kind of put it down close to where your feet are. You can put it surrounding the water. You can put polished rose quartz in the bath. Any of those things are great. Rose quartz is not a stone that dissolves in the water the way that something like selenite would. So selenite, like this, selenite you don't want to have in water or in the bathrooms because it will dissolve over time. But rose quartz you can put in the water. So that is one way of using rose quartz. You can use it for deeper healing in an energy healing or spiritual bath. What if you feel like you are in need of kind of constant support and encouragement? Like you may be just going through a breakup and you're in those horrible days right after the breakup where it just feels like your heart has been ripped from your chest and it just feels horrible and miserable. What do you do if you feel like you need the comfort and encouragement and support on more consistently? Well, what a lot of women do, especially what a lot of healers do, is that they will wear jewelry that is helpful for whatever it is that they're working to heal. I like to wear rose quartz because I am an energy healer and a love coach, and sometimes that I just shorten that to love healer because that's the work that I do. So for me, I love to wear rose quartz because it's my way of giving myself love and support, because a lot of times I am pouring a lot of my love into my clients, and so it's a way of helping me remember to also love myself and to focus on love, and that love is important. But you can wear love, you can wear rose quartz, you can, I actually have also for when I do soul calls for clients, when we're working to call in their soulmate, I will use a rose quartz mala, which is another piece of rose quartz jewelry. You can find rose quartz bracelets. You can find all kinds of rose quartz jewelry that you can wear. Just make sure that it's actually rose quartz. For it to be rose quartz, it should be, you shouldn't be able to see through it. It should be pretty solid. If you can see through it, it's most likely just pink glass, which unfortunately a lot of people will, on Amazon sometimes you'll find things like that. But I will put some links in the description below to some good sources of rose quartz jewelry for you. What if you have you feel like you've just really lost your faith in love and you want to use rose quartz to help you restore that? One of the things that you can do is you can use rose quartz to meditate. Sometimes you can lay flat and you can have a big piece of rose quartz like this. Actually, this is the one that I usually use for that because it's a little bit more conducive to that. And you can rest it right over your heart chakra and you can meditate. And you can have a nice big chunk of rose quartz over your heart. You can have one piece of rose quartz in each palm and you can meditate that way. There are a lot of different ways that you can use your rose quartz, but it's very, very helpful if you get a nice big chunk of rose quartz and you have it right over your heart and you meditate in that way. That I found that the raw rose quartz emits this really powerful energy. At least that's the sense that I have. That's what I pick up from it. Is a very powerful energy of just love and coziness and comfiness and healing and support. So now I'm going to share one more bonus method. I'm actually going to connect you with a bonus method. You can also use rose quartz in what's called a crystal grid. And really the best way for you to understand what a crystal grid is and really learn a lot more about rose quartz and lots of other crystals and how they can be helpful for you is through this book, Crystal Muse. It's really hard to kind of see, huh? Crystal Muse, which I will have a link to in the description below for you. You can learn about what the different crystals are, what their properties are, how to use them in ritual, how to use a crystal grid, and it's a beautiful, not only beautiful to look at, but just very thorough and very generous source of information for understanding how to use crystals in your day-to-day life, and especially for things like love and for self-love and for clarity and those kinds of things. So now I would really love to hear from you. Which of these methods are you the most excited about using? Let me know in the comments below. And if you would like a little bit more help with this, you can check out my free audio. It uses binaural beats to bring deep healing statements to the level of your subconscious mind so that you can heal your heart and attract love. It's called the Attract My Soulmate audio, and you can find it. There's a link in the description, or you can go to bit.ly/soulmate audio. All one word. So remember that self-love is the best love. So love you first, love you best, and all other kinds of love will flow to you. Take care.